Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hi, my name is Naomi and this is The Real NaomiB, where we talk about lifestyle, fashion, beauty, and travel. Today I did a quick little get ready with me while I shared my coming out story. I know that this looks like a full face of makeup, but this is my no foundation makeup routine. So if you want to hear my coming out story and watch how I achieve this look, keep on watching. Let me just apologize ahead of time. Possible background noise that you might be hearing outside. I live in New York. I live close to a very busy street and there's literally nothing that I can do about that. But let's get into the story time. I guess I have to start off with identifying when I realized that I was gay, because everything else happened after that point, right? The earliest memory that I can recall was when I was 9 years old. Those who don't know, my dad is a pastor, so I am a PK, which is a preacher's kid. Every Sunday morning we would have morning devotion at home just before we would go to church, right? So we would get up out of bed, me, my brother, my mom, my dad, my brother and I would join my mom in bed every Sunday morning, and then we would sit down in bed and my dad would have prayer meetings. We'll read passages and pray and talk, and that was something that we did as a family. And now that I think back on it, that was a really important stage in my life, because it was around that time that I started to feel like something was, if not wrong, different. Remember, there was a girl that I liked when I was very young. I'm not gonna get deep into that information. I'm not gonna get deep into that story. But I knew that I liked her. I knew that I had feelings for her. I knew that I liked her the way how our girlfriends would like boys. And even though I didn't know anything I didn't know what the word lesbian or gay meant. That was not a word that was a part of my vocabulary. But I knew that how I was feeling inside, I knew that my family would not like it. I know that I would probably get in trouble if my parents would find out about it, because there is no gay representation around. At that age, I didn't know I didn't know a girl that liked a girl. I didn't know a guy that liked a guy. I had no examples. I had no representation of gay people around me. So clearly, this is not something that should be happening. Back to the Sunday morning devotion. I was in bed with my parents and my little brother. I remember having this overwhelming feeling of just like, this was the first time at 9 years old that I felt the weight of the world, in a sense. I felt the feelings that I was feeling was not something that a child should be experiencing. That weight of having a secret, or that weight of having something that you cannot disclose to anybody. You have no idea how heavy that felt. I remember feeling so overwhelmed that morning. And I remember saying to my dad that I was like, Daddy, I wish that God wasn't real, because then we wouldn't have to be Christians. We wouldn't have to go to church. And that was how in my little mind I could, piece it together. Because I guess in my mind, I'm thinking that if there isn't this weight of God and Christianity and Jesus Christ, the way how I was feeling wouldn't feel so bad, wouldn't feel so wrong. And I remember going to church just feeling so sad, just so heavy within myself. And of course, at 9 years old, there's no one to tell, there's no one to talk to, there is no one to share that with, to confide in. So of course, what do? You shove it in, you shove it deep within and ignore it and wish, hope and pray that it would go away. Now we're gonna fast forward to 8th grade high school. This was when I don't want to say met, but I saw from across the schoolyard this oh so beautiful girl. I've always been attracted to, if not someone that's older than me, that's someone that is definitely more mature than I am. She was on the football team, and honestly, I've always been attracted to masculinity in women. I don't know what it is. It is what it is. Don't get me wrong, I find feminine women attractive too, but the masculine women really, like, if you have this a little bit of, you know, a little bit of roughness, a little bit of girth, a little bit of like, just lead me, just take control. I really hope my mom and my dad would never see this video. And mom, if you're watching, click off right now. This is not for you. It was giving very much, I wanted her to back me up into the bathroom at school and just take advantage. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I found her so freaking fine. I'm gonna quickly zoom you guys in so you guys can see this application. But yeah, I found her so freaking fine, like fine as hell, okay? And again, 8th grade, high school, Jamaica, no one to talk to about how I'm feeling, there is no one to confide in. No one can ever know. Shove it in, shove it deep down inside, pray and hope that the gay would go away. We're gonna fast forward a year later, and now we're in 9th grade, right? I remember like about midway through the year, I got really, really close with this girl. Let's call her Martha. And Martha and I became fast friends. We bonded over the fact that we both love music, we both love singing, and we both sang. I think we both auditioned for the school choir or something of the sort. But yeah, I remember one day, I remember this story. Listen, you have no idea how happy I was to finally find somebody that I could talk about this. I would never forget the level of hope and love and kindness and friendship and confidence I felt in the relationship between me and Martha. One day at school, there was not a lot of people in class, and I remember, I think I wrote it on a piece of paper. Yeah, I think I wrote it on a piece of paper and I passed it to her. Something along the lines of, I have something to tell you, and I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but I think I like girls. Girl, I'm telling you, when I passed that piece of paper to her, I'm telling you, my little heart just literally beating out of my chest. I'm sweating, my palms are sweaty, like I'm about to pass out. Like I'm about to lose my mind. Martha clearly made me feel so safe. She's the first person at this point that made me feel safe enough to actually want to tell her, and that's big. That's huge for me. So dreading her response, and I saw like she smiled a little, and then she pulled out her pen and then she wrote a response. On the piece of paper there were two words that literally concreted the fact that Martha and I were going to be friends for a very long time. And her response was, "Me too." Bitch, what? Why are we talking about this? Why don't we talk about this more? Why are we fake talking about liking boys? Of course, Martha did have a little boyfriend. Peer pressure made me want to say that I had a boyfriend, even though, to be honest, I really didn't want one. I really didn't want one. There was probably one guy that I thought I liked enough to even consider talking to back then, and that was just only, when I say talking to, within the slightest, every stretch of the word. Martha and I figured out that we both like girls, and this took our relationship to a whole different level. We got so much closer, you have no idea. I started to go to her church. At this point in time, I had stopped going to the church back in my neighborhood. And she would invite me to church with her. She would invite me to little activities and fun days and whatever is going on at her church. And yeah, we really became fast, fond, really deep friends. School year ended and we came back the following year, so now we are both seniors in high school, right? Would we be seniors in 10th grade? I'm not sure, but we're in 10th grade together. We ended up in the same class. Thank God. We are so much closer. Like, this is my best friend. This is my sister. If you see Martha, you see me. If you see me, you see Martha. And I guess a lot of people in school at the time did not understand our friendship, but the rumors of us being gay lovers started to rear its ugly little head. And of course, we did not try to prove anybody wrong. Believe what you believe, you know? You would see us, I'd either be sleeping in her lap or she'd be sleeping in my lap. She had acne at the time, so I'd be popping. So I would be like popping bumps in her face, and people would really think that we are gay lovers. People would come into class and see us and instantly just start making up their faces. We would come into class and people would be talking, but the moment that we step into class, they would stop talking. They really made us feel really uncomfortable. But the fact that we had each other, it really did matter. I was so happy and excited to go to school. On the weekends, I would look forward to go back to school Monday morning. She was really a safe space for me, a safe space that I never thought I would ever have. And I really cherish that friendship. Big up yourself, Martha. I really do appreciate our friendship. Girl, you got me through some rough times. And I know you did, because we've talked about, but back then we've talked about how important our friendship was to each other. And I want to let you know that I don't forget that. If you ever come across this video, I will never forget how much of a good friend you were to me. The things that me and Martha did, we stalked my first girlfriend for maybe months before I actually approached her, and Martha was there to support me through my madness. Comment below if you want to hear the story time of how I bagged my first girlfriend. Like, I've always had balls. I've always just been a very, a really big personality. I'm going to get what I want, period. Now we came out to one friend. I had no intentions to really come out to my family. If I could avoid the conversation or have them not know what was going on, especially at that time in Jamaica, with the type of family that I have, very Christian, very Bible thumping type of family. Oh, what's the point? Why are we even entertaining the idea of them even knowing? Though there were rumors kind of going around in high school, I was able to get through high school, I want to say, unscathed in a way. I had one good year in high school, and that was my senior year, and that was the year that I just didn't care. My grades took a hit, but my mental health was really, really good. The girls in high school were so mean. High school in general is just a horrible place. You have people who say that they love high school. Anybody who said that they loved high school, you were either a part of a very good friend group or you peaked in high school. And I mean that. I said what I said. High school for me was tragic, okay? But let's fast forward to college. College was my time to shine. College was where I found my chosen family. Even though I was able to avoid the rumors and not letting the rumors get too close to home, or at least people didn't have enough proof to really confirm that the rumors were actually true. Women in Jamaica at the time thought that if you are a lesbian, it meant that you would want them. I remember this one time I went into the bathroom and two girls were in the bathroom when I came in. This was in college. Two girls were in the bathroom when I came in, and instantly when I came in, they saw me, and I guess they recognized who I was. They started to wash their hands and get themselves, like they tried to hurry up to get out of the bathroom. And as they were coming out, in my mind, I'm like, Bitch, did you look at yourself? Why do you even think that I'm even interested in you? Like the audacity. The audacity of Jamaican women. They made being gay so predatory, like feel so like you're something of a predator. You're just gonna go and you're like, I don't know what they thought. Like I was gonna hold them down in the bathroom and try to RAPE them in the bathroom or something. Like, girl, get a hold of yourself. You're not even my type. You're not even cute. With all the drama that was going on in school at the time, it really didn't faze me. I was still happy. Like I said, I was around my chosen family. These people had, I know for a fact that these people had my back no matter what. And I had their backs no matter what. We were truly each other's support systems. In my mind, me and them were gonna be friends forever. Forever. But here is where shit was starting to hit the fan. I totally forgot that there was a girl that lived in my community that actually worked on campus. But it didn't click to me that the rumors going around in school would also start to, people start talking enough for it to get to her, or she'll probably pass by and see me with my friends one day, and people probably tell her, oh, they're gay or what. Bitch, the pieces didn't click. I remember one day I came home from school, and one of my eldest female cousin that lived with us at that time came to me because her and the girl that worked on my college campus, they were fast friends. They went to high school together. So you see where I'm going. So I think she told my cousin, and my cousin came back to me. We had this conversation before. I used her phone at one point in time, and I forgot to delete a text out of her phone, and it was to my little girlfriend, my little high school girlfriend. But there wasn't really much proof there, so I think that had died down. With me being more happier and prouder of who I am, and realizing that it is not a life sentence to be gay. There's nothing wrong with being gay. You're perfectly fine being gay. You know what I mean? And it's not gonna go away. It's not gonna go away. So with me being just proud and loud, the rumors started to get back home, and these rumors were coming from people that held weight in my community, if that makes sense. So when my cousin came to me, of course I'm going to deny, but I could see it in her eyes that she didn't believe me. Hoping that the rumors would subside again. One night, in my sleep, I remember feeling so hot. Like, I was like, why am I so hot, and why does the place feel so bright? What is going on? So slowly I'm coming to in bed, and I'm like, why is the light on? Who is even in my room? Who is this talking? Girl, tell me why I woke up to that same cousin on her knees at my bed foot, crying and praying. And when I woke up, that was her literally on her knees. Her realizing that I'm now awake, she's like literally begging me, stop this is wrong, you need to stop this is not right, this is not of God, and something of the sort, something along the lines of all of that, bitch. Like, when I tell you this was traumatizing, waking up to someone at your foot, the foot at your bed, bawling and praying and tears and snot, and just like the goddamn most you're doing right now. You're doing the absolute most right now. Why are you doing this to me? I chalk it up to her just feeling like trying to save me from ultimate damnation, I think is what she thought she was doing. She was trying to save my soul. So in that sense, that was a very traumatizing time in my life. Traumatic. I remember having I would literally not want to go to bed at night. When I would go to school in the daytime, I would literally not want to come home, which would then create a rift between me and my mom, because because I didn't feel like I didn't feel happy at home. And it was about to get worse, bitch. Would you believe me if I told you that I am not wearing any foundation? The only liquid product that I used on my face was my concealer. Everything else is powder. My mom, she never once confronted me and asked me about it. Or maybe she did and I lied. No, I lied. I remember I lied. I remember the rumors got so bad that my mom called my dad, who was now living in the US. I remember telling them that, you know, God, I'm so full of it. I remember telling them that, yes, even though they're gay, it has nothing to do with me. At the end of the day, what type of Christian would I be if I stop talking to people because of their lifestyle? This is an opportunity for me to help them see the right way, and the only way I'm going to do that is not to alienate them, but to show them that Jesus loves them, and by being an example and being a good friend and a good Christian around them. Something of the sort, bitch. Yo, I literally, and I'm not even certain if my parents believed it, because honestly, I didn't care. That was my story, and I'm sticking to it. That is my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm not gay. They're gay. But as a true Christian that you've raised me to be, I have to be the example of Jesus' love. Rumors got so bad that at some point I think my mom stopped believing that too, like that story too. But I think she just, being a single mom, she chose her battles. Life really wasn't that bad with my mom. It should have been a red flag to me that things really didn't get sour between me and my mom until I got very, very close and involved and fell in love with Bella. I actually officially came out to my mom, and I think my aunt was there too, my favorite aunt. Big up myself, Auntie Novelet. Like, Auntie Novelet, yeah, I'm auntie forever. Not that my other aunts are my aunts, but she said one very important thing when I came out to my mom, and it made me realize that people are just conditioned to believe what they believe, and it's just gonna take some time for that conditioning to pass, if that makes sense, for that conditioning to kind of wear off, because I truly believe that some parts of Christianity is very much culty. A big part of Christianity, especially in Jamaica, in a small country at that, you don't get to use critical thinking. Your critical thinking skills, as you grow up, you're told to kind of like put that into a box and only believe what you're told. And the person that's teaching you only believe what they're told, and the person that taught them only believed what they're told. So there's no critical thinking when it comes to Christianity in Jamaica. At this point, I'm working, and one day I came home from work, and this was maybe a week after I kinda sorta ran away. A story for another time, bitch. But I remember going into my mom's room and I was talking to her, and I was saying to her that this is what it is. I'm gay. I'm a lesbian. I like women. And my aunt was in the room at the time, and I was saying that, and I was basically explaining to her that I'm so unhappy, and if this remains the same, if this environment, if life here feels the same way, I'm gonna have to leave again. I cannot live like this. And she said to my mom, well, cutie, if she's gay, she's gay. There's nothing you can do about that. It doesn't change who she is. You have no idea how that resonated in me, and I never forgot it. I held on to it like a life raft. because that meant to me that there was critical thinking in my family. She was the one that gave me hope for my family, to be honest. And of course, my Uncle Leroy, big up yourself. From day one, he's never made me feel uncomfortable. The rumors, he never took the rumors and used it to judge me. We've always had a good relationship. So big up yourself, Uncle Leroy. I'm an uncle for life, per. They're married. And I really believe that Uncle Leroy is the reason why my aunt was able to step outside of the stereotypical way of thinking when you're a Christian. Like, she was able to step outside of that and really saw the little girl that she helped to raise, and realized that outside of who I love and outside of who I'm attracted to, I'm still the same person. My mom being so close to it, being so involved with it, and things being so bad between us, and the arguments and the fights, and her not liking my girlfriend at the time, and thinking that that girlfriend was really a bad decision on my part, when honestly it really was. But you know, nobody can tell me nothing at the point in time. She my love, and my mom just saw the whole thing as just messy and just bad. It was just very negative in her eyes. I didn't do a very good job in holding myself and gay people on a whole to a high standard, because the decisions that I was making back in the day, the people, how I was acting, what I was doing, the crowd I was running. Let me not say the crowd, because everybody was bad. I still have some really good friends from that friendship. But I really wasn't making sound decisions. And then she just equated all of that just to being gay, and not just to me being young, dumb, and naive. But my mom really did hurt my feelings. She still couldn't, look beyond what she thought of gay people, and she was like, no, it's a demon inside of her. And girl, I'm telling you, that even broke my heart even more. I'm not even gonna get into that. We've hashed it out, we've talked, and we're at such a better place. We have an amazing relationship. She loves me and she loves my wife. My hopes and dreams when I was wishing and hoping that there wasn't a God and that there wasn't Christianity, everything that I was wishing and hoping could be possible is actually possible now. But girl, yes. All right, let me fix my hair, and then I'll come back and I'll finish off with lips, and then we'll get into outfits. Okay, you guys, final look and outfit. So I went with these pumps. It's these black pumps, super cute. This was also a part of my 31 days of Pinterest inspired outfits. I'll leave the info picture right here. Black top handle. Comment below and tell me what you think. If you are struggling with coming out or wondering if it's time to tell your family or friends that you're gay, there's no time frame or a time limit on when you should come out. The best time is the time that you feel comfortable. Ensure that you're safe and ensure that you're in a space whereas you know that you have some form of support before you decide to make that decision. Last thing I would want is the knowledge of this information putting you in harm's way. If you do feel like you are ready, remember that there is never ever going to be the right or perfect time to come out. And I do hope that if and when you do, you are safe and you are loved. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications so you do not miss whenever I post a video. And until next time, love you, bye.